the year, WNBA players were demanding to be given credit for elevating the league. Angel Reese claimed that she was, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they wanted us to believe that the WNBA was exploding in popularity. They wanted to keep all the credit for themselves while downplaying the impact of the only star in the league, Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese once boldly claimed that people watch women's basketball for her too. Now, with Caitlin Clark walking away from Unrivaled and Kelsey Plum stepping aside, all eyes are on Reese to carry a league in turmoil. But is she ready to rise to the occasion? Or will the weight of her bold claims and mounting controversies bring her down?
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Unrivaled, the ambitious new 3-on-3 league, started with promises of revolutionizing women's basketball, six-figure salaries, high-energy games, and equity stakes for players. But as their debut season approaches, a wave of withdrawals and PR missteps has left fans skeptical. At the center of it all stands Angel Reese, the league's last marquee draw. Reese has spent the offseason in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for her, but for the league itself. Can she back up her words? Or is this the start of her and Unrivaled's unraveling? This is the moment where everything changes.
Without a doubt, Angel Reese is the biggest star in this new league. Hell, she is the only star with Unrivaled. There is not another player in this league capable of drawing a mainstream fly to this unknown turd. Whether it's fair or not, the success or the failure of this league, it is going to be directly tied to Angel Reese. Does Angel have enough drawing power to capture mainstream interest?
Angel Reese has always thrived in the spotlight, or so she says. From her championship win at LSU to her infamous viral celebrations, she's never shied away from making bold statements. "People watch women's basketball for me too," she declared, cementing her status as a polarizing figure in women's basketball. But now, without Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, or even A'ja Wilson to share the load in Unrivaled, the time has come to prove it. Is Reese ready to lead, or will the pressure expose the cracks?
Well, now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power.
Unrivaled has handed Reese the ultimate stage. With top-tier players bowing out, the league has positioned her as its centerpiece, the one player expected to draw fans and drive interest. But Reese's offseason has been marred by distractions, podcast appearances, social media spats, and public backlash over her responses to criticism. Meanwhile, critics point to her underwhelming stats, a shooting percentage of just 39% and inefficiencies near the rim, as evidence that she's not ready for the mantle of leadership. I mean, who would want to watch more bricked shots?
Shooting 39% on the year as a power forward, as a 4, as somebody who shoots within 5 feet of the basket on, let's say, 90% of your field goal attempts, that's not too good.
This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's about legacy. Reese's claim to fame has often been tied to her charisma and ability to captivate attention. But the absence of key players raises the stakes. Without them, Reese has no safety net. Every move she makes will be scrutinized, and every missed opportunity could come back to haunt her. The league's success, and her reputation, rests squarely on her shoulders. The timing couldn't be worse. Reese's detractors are louder than ever, with fans and analysts questioning her focus. Her recent practice videos, criticized for focusing on flashy long-range shots instead of improving her near-the-rim game, have only added fuel to the fire. Social media has not been kind, with fans mocking her inefficiencies and wondering if she truly understands what it takes to dominate at this level.
Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel.
I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on.
And yet, for all the doubts, there's a silver lining. Reese has always embraced being underestimated. Her journey from a college champion to a professional player has been marked by moments where she goes against the narrative. Now, she has the chance to silence her critics once and for all. The question is, Will she seize it? For Reese, this is more than just another season. It's a defining moment. Her performance, or lack thereof, will not only shape her career but also determine whether Unrivaled can survive its shaky debut. The stakes have never been higher, and the question remains, can she deliver when it counts?
The only chance that Unrivaled had to succeed, the only way that people would actually watch this new league, Caitlin Clark, she officially rejected their offer.
Caitlin Clark's decision to reject Unrivaled's historic offer wasn't just a choice, it was a statement. The $1 million deal, equity stakes, and promises of star treatment could have made her the face of the league, but Clark's response was as decisive as her gameplay. In doing so, she sent a clear message to the basketball world about her priorities, and it wasn't what Unrivaled expected.
ESPN reported that Caitlin Clark has officially rejected the generous offer. Unrivaled, though, they offered Caitlin Clark $1 million for 2 months worth of work. $1 million. Now that's $925,000 more than she is making in the WNBA.
For months, the league orchestrated an aggressive recruitment campaign centered around Clark. From aligning with her trusted brand partners to signing her college best friend Kate Martin, Unrivaled built a case to ensure her involvement. Fans were teased with cryptic social media hints, including her iconic jersey number 22. When Clark declined, the shockwaves were immediate. Her reasons, however, were surprisingly grounded. "I need a break from basketball," she shared, reflecting the toll of a non-stop schedule that began with her record-breaking college career and continued into a high-pressure rookie season with the Indiana Fever. By prioritizing rest and development, Clark showed a level of self-awareness that resonated deeply with fans. In an era where athletes are often pushed to their limits, her decision felt refreshing.
I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast, and then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team and kind of move on and put all that behind me and help this team, get back to the playoffs. So I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back.
Unrivaled's plans relied heavily on the so-called Caitlin effect, a phenomenon that saw record-breaking viewership and sold-out arenas whenever she played. Without her, the league's credibility took a major hit. Fans felt misled, with some accusing Unrivaled of exploiting Clark's popularity to sell tickets they couldn't deliver on. The absence of their marquee star left a gaping hole in their marketing strategy and put their ambitious promises into question. But for Clark, the move was a masterclass in control. She not only maintained her brand integrity, but further solidified her standing as a leader who values long-term success over short-term gains.
Caitlin Clark essentially told Unrivaled, "You're on your own. Good luck making it without me."
Her decision also set the tone for the broader conversation surrounding Unrivaled. If Caitlin Clark, the biggest draw in women's basketball, didn't see the value, who else would? If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
I gotta ask you a basketball question. Yeah. I know that you work really hard in the off season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on in this off season?
I think, honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously, it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room, so that's what I've tried to focus on the most here. And then obviously, a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job.
While Caitlin Clark's decision to reject Unrivaled was seen as a masterclass in prioritization, A'ja Wilson's approach has left fans scratching their heads. Shortly after Clark's rejection became public, within 24 hours, Wilson's camp leaked that her offer from Unrivaled was even more lucrative, a staggering figure designed to make headlines. But instead of elevating her brand, the move sparked controversy and criticism.
A'ja Wilson is not playing in Unrivaled, much like Caitlin Clark's not. But there's been a story surfaced by way of Sports Business Journal that is baffling, and it is getting absolutely crushed right now because nobody believes it.
Wilson's rejection of Unrivaled could have been a quiet, strategic decision, but the timing of the leak raised eyebrows. Fans were quick to point out that no one had asked her to share the details of her offer. The narrative quickly shifted from admiration for Clark's graceful exit to skepticism about Wilson's motives. "It's giving main character energy in a story that wasn't about her," quipped one social media user, encapsulating the backlash.
That's crazy because literally nobody asked, and sources close to Asia Wilson decided to answer anyway.
Unrivaled had high hopes for Wilson, banking on her MVP status and star power to drive interest in the league. Instead, the leaked offer highlighted a deeper issue: trust. While the league promised to be a haven for women's basketball's elite, the optics of Wilson's rejection suggested otherwise. Fans and analysts began to question whether the league's financial promises were sustainable, and if players like Wilson viewed it as a viable opportunity. For Unrivaled, Wilson's rejection was another blow to its credibility. More importantly, the public nature of the leak undermined the league's ability to control its narrative. Instead of focusing on the exciting roster it had assembled, Unrivaled found itself grappling with yet another PR crisis. As the fallout continues, the comparison between Wilson and Clark has become impossible to ignore. Where Clark's decision reflected focus and humility, Wilson's leaked offer raised questions about transparency and intent. The stage is set for further drama, but for now, Unrivaled struggles continue to mount.
Did you see how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play golf? With actual attention economics at play, Caitlin's participation in any league has an existential bearing. Nobody outside of Asia herself cares about whether Asia shows up.
If Unrivaled thought it could recover after Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum's withdrawal might be the nail in the coffin. Announced just 6 weeks before the league's debut, Plum's decision sent shockwaves through the basketball community. As one of the league's earliest signees and a 3-time All-Star, her departure couldn't have come at a worse time.
Well, it looked like one player, like I stated, is definitely out of this deal. Now, that is Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum took to social media to let it be known she will not be taking part in the Unrivaled League. And this is shocking revelation.
Plum's Instagram post, citing the need to prioritize self-care, was met with a wave of support from fans, but it also reignited questions about the league's stability. Known for her electrifying style of play and infectious charisma, Plum was expected to be one of Unrivaled's marquee attractions. Losing her is more than a roster adjustment. It's a branding disaster. But her departure signals a deeper issue. Why would one of the league's biggest stars step away from such a high-profile opportunity? While Plum's statement emphasized personal reasons, fans and analysts speculated about what might be happening behind the scenes. The timing only fueled these suspicions. Even more concerning is the precedent her exit sets. If Plum, one of the league's most marketable players, walks away, what's stopping others from doing the same? For Unrivaled, the loss of Plum is a bitter pill to swallow. It's not just about missing her talent on the court, it's about losing the trust and excitement of fans. As grumbles of ticket refunds pile up and social media criticism grows, Unrivaled faces a stark reality. The league's dream of redefining women's basketball might already be slipping through its fingers.
This is going to hurt them significantly because Kelsey Plum is a staple in the basketball community, and for her to withdraw from this league, could somebody else be leaving as well?
For Unrivaled, the hits just keep coming. What started as a revolutionary vision for women's basketball has now become a cautionary tale of overpromising and under-delivering. With Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, and Kelsey Plum all out, the league faces its biggest challenge yet, proving it can still deliver a compelling product despite missing its brightest stars. At its core, Unrivaled was built on bold promises, a fast-paced 3-on-3 format, 6-figure salaries, and equity stakes for players were meant to attract the best of the best. But with its debut just weeks away, those promises are under scrutiny. Fans who bought tickets expecting a star-studded lineup now feel duped. Unrivaled really sold us a dream, one fan tweeted, summing up the growing sentiment of disillusionment.
Ticket sales was through the roof when they had that 22-minute video because they let it be known that Caitlin Clark was possibly on the way. They simply used Caitlin Clark image and likeness to sell tickets. Now, once Caitlin let it be known that she wasn't coming, refunds was coming. People wanted a refund like yesterday.
The league's roster reveal, originally hyped as a defining moment, fell embarrassingly flat. With 2 wildcard slots conspicuously left open, it became glaringly obvious that Unrivaled had banked on securing names like Clark and Wilson, but failed to close the deals. Instead of showcasing confidence, the reveal reeked of desperation, leaving fans and analysts questioning the league's ability to deliver. The financial model is another area of concern, offering six-figure salaries and equity stakes while relying on unproven revenue streams raises questions about sustainability. Can Unrivaled survive without the marquee names it banked on to draw sponsors and viewers? Analysts are skeptical. One insider quipped, "If they don't get this right, Unrivaled could be unrivaled in failure."
These women is finna be beefing over this, bro. Because with Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart being the face of this thing, relationships is definitely finna be at risk. Because we know they need people to play in this damn league.
For now, Unrivaled is at a crossroads. It can lean into the players it does have and deliver a high-energy, exciting product, or risk becoming another failed experiment in women's sports. The pressure is on, and the league's next steps will determine whether it sinks or swims. The story of Unrivaled is still being written, but one thing is certain. The league's ambitious debut is at a pivotal crossroads. With Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, and Kelsey Plum out of the picture, Unrivaled's dream of revolutionizing women's basketball has turned into a fight for credibility. The absence of these marquee players has left fans questioning not only the league's viability, but also its ability to deliver on its promises.
Once again, WNBA players are getting exactly what they wanted. Here is your chance to prove that you can make it without Caitlin Clark. Here is your chance to prove that you're all stars, instead of the reality, which is you're in the spotlight of the real star.
At the heart of this struggle is the question of identity. Will Unrivaled find a way to make its current roster shine, focusing on high-energy games and underdog narratives? Or will it collapse under the weight of unmet expectations? Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, and other notable names still have a chance to rally, but the spotlight on them is brighter and more unforgiving than ever. Ultimately, Unrivaled's future depends on one thing: execution. Bold ideas and flashy marketing can only take you so far. The league must prove it can deliver a product worth watching, one that lives up to the hype and respects the trust of its fans. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the pressure couldn't be more intense. But while the odds may seem stacked against it, sports are full of surprises. Redemption stories, unexpected stars, and unbreakable perseverance are what make basketball, and sports in general, so captivating. Whether Unrivaled becomes a cautionary tale or an inspiring success story will depend on how it navigates this defining moment. For now, the ball is in their court. What do you think? Can Unrivaled turn things around, or is this just the beginning of the end? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.